I just needed a break from studying, a quick drive to clear my head. I never expected that night to become the most terrifying memory I'd ever carry. I've always found a strange peace in night drives. There's something hauntingly beautiful about the quiet stillness of the world when most people are asleep. The cool night air brushing against the windows, the empty roads stretching endlessly ahead, and the steady hum of the engine. It always calmed my racing thoughts. Driving at night made me feel free, detached from reality, like I was the only soul alive in a sleeping world. That night began like any other. I had been drowning in textbooks, preparing for my final exams, and my head throbbed from the endless pages and pressure. Around midnight, I finally snapped my books shut and grabbed my keys. A quick drive through the countryside seemed like the perfect way to clear my mind. I didn't think twice. My old sedan, sturdy, worn, and reliable, started with its usual cough, and I pulled out onto the dark, winding road that led out of town. The sky was cloudless, the stars scattered like diamonds across the black canvas above, and the full moon glowed with a surreal brightness, bathing everything in a pale, silver light. I turned on the radio, letting soft, ambient tunes fill the car, and for a while, everything felt perfect, peaceful. The world outside blurred into shadows and silhouettes, trees swaying gently in the breeze, their branches reaching like twisted fingers toward the road. About 20 minutes in, that peace began to unravel. I spotted a figure ahead, standing unnaturally still by the roadside. At first I thought it was a deer or perhaps a lost hiker, but as my headlights illuminated the figure, I felt my grip on the steering wheel tighten. It was a woman. She stood motionless, facing the road, her arms limp at her sides. Her dress was tattered, clinging to her like something from a different era, and her long dark hair obscured most of her face. She didn't move. She didn't even flinch as the car approached. A chill crept down my spine. I instinctively slowed down. Every rational part of me screamed that I should stop and check if she needed help. But something deeper, something primal, told me not to. It wasn't just her appearance. It was her stillness, the unnatural way she seemed to exist in the world, like she didn't belong in it. I looked directly at her. That's when she slowly turned her head. Her face was pale, almost gray, and her eyes, those eyes, were dark. Hollow voids, no whites, no light, just emptiness, and in that moment it felt like the night itself was holding its breath. My skin crawled. I pressed the gas and drove on, heart pounding, trying to rationalize what I had just seen. I kept checking the rearview mirror, half expecting to see her standing in the middle of the road, watching me. But she wasn't there. The road was empty again. Still, a heavy feeling of dread settled over me like a weight. I turned up the radio, trying to drown it out. Then my car sputtered. The engine coughed violently and began to lose power. The dashboard lights flickered like dying stars. Panic set in as I tapped the gas. Nothing. I was in the middle of nowhere. No lights, no houses, no phone signal. I pulled over and turned the key again and again, but the engine was dead. The silence that followed was suffocating. Then, I heard it. A whisper. At first it was faint, almost imagined. A soft, unintelligible murmur, like wind brushing through leaves. But it grew louder, more urgent. The sound seemed to come from the woods beside the road. I leaned forward, squinting through the dark. I couldn't see anything, but I could feel something watching me. I rolled up the windows, locked the doors. My heart was pounding so loudly I could barely hear the whispers anymore. And then I saw her. She was standing just a few feet from the passenger side window, staring directly at me. The same woman. Her face was even clearer now, pale skin stretched tight over bone, lips cracked and colorless, and those same hollow eyes boring into mine. I froze. She didn't move, didn't blink. Then she placed her hand on the window. screamed, but no sound came out. I was frozen in place, completely paralyzed by terror. Her lips moved. "Help me," she whispered. "Please, help me." The voice was so faint, so broken, it barely registered above the blood pounding in my ears. But it wasn't just the voice. It was the way she said it. Like she wasn't really asking for help. Like she was trying to lure me. She didn't seem human. She seemed hollow, like a shadow wearing a body. I shut my eyes, praying she would disappear. I told myself over and over, "This isn't real. This isn't real." When I opened them, she was gone. But the relief didn't last. A loud bang rocked the car. I jolted in my seat. She was now in front of the vehicle, her face twisted with rage. She slammed her fists onto the hood again and again, shrieking, her fingers dragging across the metal with a horrible screeching sound. I covered my ears and screamed. Then, headlights, a car. A blinding light approached from down the road, and the woman vanished like smoke. Just gone. I stumbled out and flagged the car down. The driver, a middle-aged man with a confused, concerned look, rolled down his window. "Are you okay?" he asked. "My car broke down," I stammered. "And there was this woman." He looked around. "What woman? There's no one here." I turned. He was right. The road was empty, no sign of her, not a footprint, not a rustle in the grass, just silence. He must have thought I was crazy, but he still helped me. Called a tow. Sat with me until it arrived. I was grateful, but I couldn't shake the feeling that we weren't alone. When the tow truck finally pulled away, I turned around for one last look. There she was, standing in the exact same spot I had seen her the first time, unmoving, watching. Her hollow eyes locked onto mine as we disappeared down the road. I never drove that way again. To this day, I don't know what she was or what she wanted, but I know what I felt that night wasn't a dream, and it wasn't a hallucination. It was real, and I will never ever forget her.